Welcome to the SCLD podcast, where we talk about all the things you can do and find at the library.
Hi, I'm Erin Dodge, the Communication Specialist with SCLD. Today with me is Dana Menino. She is an Education Enrichment. Did I have that right? I might have had that right. Okay. She's a librarian with the Education Enrichment team here at Spokane County Library District. And today we're going to be talking about one of our Creativebug classes, workshops that we're doing with folks. And welcome.
Okay, thanks for having me on.
Before we dive into Creativebug and all of that, can you tell us a little bit about what is education enrichment in terms of the library and like what we offer folks?
They're kind of a catch-all. So we have an early learning team that takes care of children's needs before they enter school. And we have a business team, which takes care of people who are preparing to launch a small business, supports them along the way, and also handles financial literacy things. And then education and enrichment is everything else. So we get the kids from the minute they enter school all the way through death, basically. So it's kids, it's adults, and we offer the fun stuff, right? The programs like this crafting program, and programs for school-age children as well. I mostly program for adults and programs in Spanish.
So this program is for adults that we're going to be talking about today, and it's Creativebug is one of our digital resources. Can you talk a little bit more about Creativebug and what it is and what you do with it?
Creativebug is my favorite thing. Creativebug are video tutorials for crafting projects of various kinds. Why are they better than YouTube, you ask? They are better than YouTube.
I was thinking it.
They are better from YouTube because they're professionally produced. So the people who are filming them have cameras that can zoom into the fine level of detail that you need for knitting or crochet or an embroidery projects.
I did crochet, and it was really helpful to see that really up close, like with the hook and everything, because otherwise it can get confusing.
Yes. So amateur or at-home YouTubers will solve that problem by using larger hooks or by doing their darndest. But it's nice to have professional quality videos filmed by experts to guide you in your crafting adventures.
Wonderful. And then like I did do the crochet one that we just mentioned. I liked that they were like smaller segments, like it gave you sort of bite-sized chunks so you can work on an aspect at a time. You could go away, come back later. Mm-hmm. Would you say that, okay, we're going to be talking about Japanese Sashiko, and it's a decorative stitch.
Yes. So Sashiko is a very old Japanese art. It originated as a form of visible mending, so putting a patch over your jeans, you can imagine that. At that time, the cheapest fabric that most people had was an indigo color. So traditional Sashiko designs are usually white thread on top of indigo, which is why it became very popular to decorate your jeans with Sashiko designs. It follows that motif. They're usually geometric patterns. I have an example here. Yes, I do.
We have some books here at the library on this.
So this program will stretch your geometry brain a little bit because before you stitch your design, you're going to be drawing a grid on a square of solid colored fabric. And then you will be using a simple running stitch in the Japanese method, which involves loading up your stitch with lots of fabric instead of doing one at a time, or loading up your needle, your needle. Yes. So you'll have multiple stitches hanging on your needle there before you pull it through. And then you will create these lovely motifs.
That sounds efficient.
I'm thinking it's going to be difficult for me to get mine straight. We're going to find out.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you have another little book here.
This
is a smaller book,
but yep.
These you can check out from our catalog. I think if you just probably type the keyword in Sashiko, Sashiko, you can find both of these books to check out from the library. And let's talk a little bit about when the class is. So I have our handy dandy Engage right here, and it looks like we're doing it in April.
Yes.
And it's 3 Thursdays, April 6th, 13th, and 27th from 7 to 8 p.m., and that's online.
Yes.
So can you talk a little bit about that component of what that is versus what they do with Creativebug?
Sure. So Creativebug is the home that holds the video classes.
Okay.
And this particular class is a 30-day challenge. So there is a video for every day. Now, we are not keeping score. You can watch as many or as few videos as your day allows you to do. So then the library component are 3 Zoom meetups where you can interact with other people who are taking the class, get encouragement from them, show them your progress, troubleshoot things that are going difficult for you.
Like if your stitches can't get straight,
Right,
maybe
yeah.
somebody figured out a little technique or something to help that.
Yes, and there won't be an expert instructor in the Zoom meeting. This is a gathering of learners. I have never done Sashiko before either. So this is a community of supportive learners, traveling together as they figure out Sashiko.
Okay, wonderful. And now once you have to register for this class.
Mm-hmm.
Once they register, what happens next?
Well, immediately they'll get the Zoom link so that they're ready with that on their calendar. Okay. And then a second email will arrive shortly thereafter that says your supplies are ready for pickup.
So there's supplies.
There are
from
goodies.
The library.
Yes, there are goodies. For this one, Sashiko, as we said, is usually done on solid fabric. Mm-hmm. So you're going to get a bunch of squares of solid fabric in various colors, a nice long traditional Sashiko embroidery needle, and the traditional Sashiko embroidery thread. Okay. It's different from embroidery floss. Embroidery floss has several strands of thread wrapped together. Right. Sashiko is a single thread, kind of like crochet thread.
Okay. Well, great. And so what well, we already talked about this. Let's let's talk about Creativebug in general.
Sure.
And what sorts of things can people find on there besides this class?
Sure. It's strongest in fiber arts. So you'll find most, the largest variety of classes are in knitting, crocheting, embroidery. But there are also other things. We just finished up a figure drawing class.
Oh, nice.
There are painting classes, watercolors, and acrylics. There's also paper folding, and then some more general things that don't fall in more mixed media. Yeah. For example, there are 30-day challenges that are just stretch your crafting brain, and you can go on for daily inspiration there. And not everything is a 30-day challenge. Some of them are just a 3-part video that says this is how you do this particular thing.
Sure. And I know that there's a kids section because I've been on there with my kids. So I know there's things like you can make ornaments and lots of little fun things for different holidays and stuff too.
Yes.
So definitely kid friendly. I think they recommend age 5 and up. All right. And when you're looking for a Creativebug class to offer as a library program, what do you look for? Is there any certain criteria?
A lot of boring logistical things, actually. So, for example, when we chose the figure drawing class that we just finished up, it was a winner right away because it only required 3 supplies.
Okay.
So, when we're preparing a class for 30 people and we want to be responsible with taxpayer dollars, we look for something that has a few simple supplies that we can provide you with that will really launch you and get you started. So, Sashiko lends itself that way too, in that it's a thread, a piece of fabric. In this case, there are a whole bunch of sheets from the thrift store. I swear I washed them. And then we can cut them into squares and send them out. So there's that piece of it. How many supplies does it require? How complicated in it? And then is it something that we can spend a month together on? And something that we can share progress over? And is it something that's interesting to the community?
Yes.
Sometimes you'll pick a craft that you're into, but
Other
not
folks
so much.
might not be interested. But okay.
Yes.
Well, great. And Creativebug, I'm going to talk to folks at home here. Creativebug, you can find that at scld.org/creativebug, all one word. You can sign up for this event on our event calendar, which is scld.org/events. And I hope you do, and I hope you try it out. It sounds fun. I am really curious about the needle and all doing that sort of multi-stitch at a time. It sounds great, but maybe it's really complicated. So, hey, that's what practice is for. And
well, if you're curious, you could go on Creativebug today and see how she does it. That's right.
True. Sounds like a challenge. Challenge accepted. All right. Well, thank you, Dana. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming up with these great creative classes for adults and some for teens and just for everybody to check out.
Happy to be here.
Thank you. And thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.